Alright, guys. When it comes to this movie, here's the thing. And then here are the other three. Don't they look so good? Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today our movie in the middle is Fantastic Four: The First Steps. Fantastic Four is the MCU's long-awaited introduction of the titular group as they take on the World Eater Galactus. It stars Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, Ebon Moss-Bachrach, Julia Garner, and Ralph Ineson. So we have finally gotten to the Fantastic Four, which is something that we've all been waiting for so long in the MCU, especially since Endgame, and we knew all these new superheroes were going to be coming into the MCU, and we finally got here. This was my most anticipated movie of the year, not just because it's been long awaited, but also because of the vibe it was going to bring. It felt very light and happy and hopeful. Now, I actually don't know much about the Fantastic Four because I really haven't seen any of the movies or read the comics. I have not seen the originals, unfortunately, and I have only seen Fant Four Stick, so not much to go off of there.
My friends come over and say, oh, that's lovely. I said, that's not lovely, it's a piece of shit.
Starting off with the highs, I absolutely loved the 60s aspect of this movie. They really dove into it. I mean, in terms of the editing, the music, the production design, everything was just pure, like you were watching a 60s TV show, but as a Marvel movie. And they kind of did that a little bit in WandaVision, but like this is the whole thing for this one. And actually going along with that, it definitely feels like an MCU movie for sure, but it feels a little bit different because this one really emphasizes the whole, these heroes are a part of the culture and a part of the fun and a part of this, I don't know, this collective, like, city's love and even the world's love for these four people who save them time and time again. And, you know, because it's set in the 60s, there's all of these, like, news stations and broadcasts about them. There's these magazine covers about them. And, I don't know, it actually kind of felt more like The Incredibles. Like, it feels like they definitely took a lot of vibes from that as well. And while it does feel like an MCU movie, it sort of feels different because it's not just, oh, these heroes are grounded in our reality. It does feel like this own pocket where we just adore these heroes. It's kind of hard. You'll have to, like, see it to see what I mean, but I really liked that aspect of it. And when it comes to the main four, the Fantastic Four, I loved all of them. You know, there was a lot of debate over who they were going to do. A lot of people wanted, obviously, John Krasinski and Emily Blunt. Some people wanted Adam Driver for Reed Richards. But I think that overall, the casting that they went with was pretty great. Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. I mean, the thing is, I know people are getting sick of Pedro Pascal being in everything, but he is just that good. And I love that they focus not only on just, oh yeah, he's Mr. Fantastic, he stretches, but what is really his main power, which is intelligence. I mean, not only do they go into, like, how smart he is and really showing examples of that, but kind of the struggles that he has with that as well, of being able to not predict everything, but sort of think through everything, meaning all the negative aspects as well, and trying to prevent those. And then, you know, guilt for if something goes wrong, and he should have known what shouldn't have gone wrong and should have gone right. And so there was a lot of great stuff that came with that as well. But again, I really do like the stretching. I just, for some reason, it's one of the simplest powers of any superhero, but it's just so cool. And part of the reason is, you know, because like I said before, I haven't seen the originals. I've really only seen part of Fant Four Stick. But from what I have seen of that, and then, like, in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, it feels like they can just never get the stretching quite right. It always just sort of feels like the arm is extending, rather than, like, he's stretching and you can, like, see the muscles, if that makes sense. And in this one, it feels like they finally got it right. Vanessa Kirby does an amazing job as Sue Storm. There's an aspect to the movie that I didn't realize was going to be as big of a part. I probably should have because of the title, but it has to do with, you know, obviously she's pregnant and they're having this child, and just everything that she embodies about being a mother and doing everything she can for her child, but also being responsible for saving the world. She was wonderful. And I mean, it kind of makes sense that she was really good in this role, considering she was in Pieces of a Woman, the entirety of that movie being about the grief of losing a child. So she's not like unaccustomed to this type of role, and she did amazing. Honestly, probably the best performance in the movie. And then the Human Torture, Johnny Storm, and then Ben Grimm or the Thing, both are more the comic relief aspects, but again, it's not they're just the funny guys. Like, they both do have very emotional weight as well when it comes to this whole family, and that is really what I like about this group the most, is that every MCU movie, it's like, oh, you're my family, we gotta take care of our family.
I don't have friends, I got family.
In this one, they actually are a family. Yeah, except for, like, the Thing, he's a friend, but he's basically part of it. So they're one actual blood-related family. And I just thought that they did so well with that, because they have all these great emotional moments. You can tell that they have that chemistry, like they've always been together. And they just seem like they really want to be there for each other, even in the hard moments. And they have to make a lot of tough decisions. I really like the plot in this movie because not only does it lead to some really great action scenes, some, really great fun in space, and then all of this, stuff that we want to go to this movie for, but it actually creates a lot of internal struggles that they have to then try to figure out. They got to solve. There's a lot of problem solving in this movie, which, again, leads to Reed Richards' powers as well, which is awesome. But it creates a lot of, like, we gotta figure this out. And what I like is, they sort of do it in a mature way. This family doesn't, like, fight or try to, like, break each other apart over this. They try to get through it. There's one moment that's kind of heartbreaking, but other than that, I like that they are very together on this. Even for the fact that, like, they sit down and have dinner every day at the table, and that's a big thing. Just little things like that made it really special. And there's this one part of the plot, and it's a major thing, so I can't talk about it, but it really reminded me of a SpongeBob reference, and I want to tell people, but I can't until they've seen it. So if you've seen the movie and you want to know what it is, you've probably already thought about it. Stay until after my subscribe part of the video, and I'll put it there real quick just so you can see it, because I think it's just hilarious. I have two middles, and the first is probably the big, well, it's the bigger one. It's Galactus. I like most of the other stuff in Fantastic Four that I was talking about. I don't know a whole lot about him, but from what I know about him, he is absolutely ginormous. And it's weird. The reason that this is a middle is because, one, he is ginormous in this movie. But two, I wanted him to be ginormouser, just from what I know about him. Now, the thing is on the highs element of this, the scale, how big he looks is so fucking cool. You gotta see this in IMAX because it just won't be the same otherwise. It was amazing, the sequences with him, and seeing just how huge he is in comparison. The perspective was awesome.
And of course, Ralph Ineson was absolutely a perfect casting. I mean, just the voice alone and his presence that he has in movies, that was a great choice.
The problem is I honestly just thought he would be even bigger. A lot of people were worried from the trailer that they were like, oh, is he just this big? Like, did he shrink down to be on Earth? Unfortunately, he is just that big. The thing is, it doesn't exactly take away from the movie that much, because it's still awesome to see, and there still is a way that they get around, like, how does he eat a planet without just biting into it? Like, there's actually, like, a cool scientific way that, like, with machines and stuff, that it happens. So that was pretty cool. And I also recognized that if he was any bigger, I don't think there would be a movie, because there's no way to take that down any bigger than that with just these four guys, or really with any superhero. So, I understand why they couldn't make him super, super big. The Silver Surfer, I thought, was really, really cool. Again, a little bit by the numbers in terms of where her story goes and where she ends up at the end of the movie, but I still thought that she was pretty great. And then my other middle is just with the Thing. He has this subplot where he has, like, I think a crush on somebody, and that doesn't really amount to almost anything. Like, it was a nice couple of moments for sure, and I hope that they come back to that. But it honestly just felt like they were just trying to find something to do with the Thing for a while to give him some more character development. And again, I liked it. I like his character development. I like his personality in this one. I like that he has this relationship. I just wish it kind of went somewhere a little bit more, because it felt like you could have taken all those scenes out of the movie and it wouldn't have really made a difference. So overall, I loved Fantastic Four. It is exactly what I wanted. It's fun, it's simple, it was just a really good time. It's one of the most rewatchable ones. I love the 60s aspect to it, and I can confidently say that I think this is probably a top 15 MCU movie. And the fact that we're still getting those is awesome. And I swear to God, with this and this next slate that we have coming up of the next year of Marvel, this is going to be pretty epic.
Say that again?
This is going to be pretty epic with all the new Marvel movies coming up.
Yes, it is.
And I'll also say, too, that I wouldn't go into this movie expecting anything ginormous in terms of connections to anything past or really anything coming up, except for one of the credit scenes. I won't tell you which one, but just stay for the credit scenes. Other than that, it's really kind of its own thing, and I was okay with that. I didn't need it to be super connected to anything else. But that doesn't mean that some stuff from this movie doesn't come back up in the future. I'm going to give Fantastic Four: The First Steps a 3.5 out of 4. Well, guys, let me know what you thought of Fantastic Four: The First Steps if you have seen it, and where does it rank in all the other ones? Do you agree with me that it's probably at least top 15? Do you think it's maybe top 10? I know a lot of people really liked this one, and do you think that they finally did the Fantastic Four justice? And as always, keep your hopes high, your stress low, and movies right in the middle. I'll see you guys later.
We should take Bikini Bottom and push it somewhere else!